Let's move on to talking about the Iran framework, which seemed to get a little more complicated in terms of how is the president going to move this through Congress. Now we have Senator Schumer saying that he wants to make sure that Congress has oversight. Nothing wrong with that, but it appears that the president is going to have to fight with Democrats to get this framework approved. Why are Democrats emerging as a hurdle for the president on this?
You know, Teray, this is where it's coming back to bite President Obama, that he doesn't have good relationships with anybody on Capitol Hill, pretty much, even the Democrats. And when you saw Chuck Schumer, who is the all but certain next Democratic Senate leader, siding with the Bob Corker-Menendez bill on sanctions, I think it really sent a signal that they're very close to having enough votes to overcome a presidential veto. And that's a very serious message to the White House. It says, you know what, you actually have to work with this Congress. It's not just about Mitch McConnell and John Boehner sticking their thumbs in your eye. People are having a legitimate concern here. Democrats were willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and held off on this until they got the preliminary agreement, and I think now there's a change.
Yeah, Dana, I think that's exactly right. Per usual, he went around Congress on this one and did what he wanted to do, and now when he needs Congress, he expects at least the Democrats to be on board. What could he have done differently in this case? Because I understand when it comes to really important negotiations, especially with Iran, that you've got to sort of do things secretly, keep John Kerry out there on these trips, not send Congress members, but at least have conversations with folks in Congress, people on your side, say, hey, I'm going to need you to work with me down the road. I want you involved. I want your advice. What could he have done differently so that now folks like Chuck Schumer want to work with the president?
Well, you see, in this particular case of the Iran deal, I'm not sure that the administration mishandled it. They could look at it fairly and say, look, something like 90% of the agreements, the international agreements that have been reached since World War II have not gone to the Congress, have not gone to the Senate. So why would he have expected this one to be? So I think they handled this one properly. The problem is the history this president has had with the Congress of taking his own Democrats for granted and surely not having much faith in the Republicans. So I think it's that history of having no sort of liaison with the Congress. There's no goodwill there, and this, when they really need him, is where he really needs the Congress, is where that's now coming back to haunt him.
You know,